It is another beautiful day in Ohio, and it's back-to-back time. This is my 2025 KTM 350XCF, full factory suspension and a full Akrapovic exhaust. There's my buddy Dave's 2025 350 SXF, all stock except for the COO unit and a cool GasGas front fender and cool graphics and a GasGas front number plate. And then this is his all stock 350 GasGas with a full Yoshimura. So we'll start with my bike because it's got the Akrapovic, and I think based on kind of riding them, we're going to ride them back to back here at KickIn Roost, one lap each. Based on riding them before, the Akrapovic, I think gives it just smooths out that little initial bite right there. Just that bark. But once you're into the mid-range, the Akrapovic feels pretty good. The Akrapovic is, I think, the quietest, but it's got a lot of low to mid roll on. The other thing I did on both of these bikes, or all these bikes, is we got a COO units, and we're all running the sand dry power map, base power map, with engine braking minimized and throttle response maximized. Now one thing's interesting, this is an XCF, so it has a 6-speed. So second's a little lower and third's a little lower. So I tend to be in second a little more on the Moto 5 speeds, where I can run third on this one. Pro components, it just feels good, especially in this later in the day when it gets choppy. And this Akrapovic pulls up top. All right, let's see. We will do the Yosh next. Now, it's a little bit tricky because the GasGas airbox is a little bit different. These ones breathe, I think, maybe a little better. GasGas doesn't breathe from this side, or it breathes a little bit. It breathes mostly from that side. So, but the GasGas, I just noticed a little bit wider here. This one's got some different handlebars on it. Boy, immediately I can hear this, definitely louder. And compared to the Akrapovic, see that bark? This thing has that bark. The Yosh. The other thing's interesting on this is a GasGas, so in theory, the suspension, the stock suspension's a little softer. But they put factory wheels on this one, so it's got MX34s. Yeah, this thing's, boy, with that Yosh, definitely feels barkier than the Akrapovic. At least that initial kind of feeling of it. Wow, it's got some power. Of course, 350s in general have such good power. It is slick right now. man, I can feel that initial crack of the throttle. All right, now let's see how the stock KTM runs. This one is barky. That is barky. You can definitely feel that. I rode this bike stock before and definitely picked up the bark factor. Now this one, it's got the CUO, but this has stock exhaust. Wow. They just have a slightly quieter sound than the Yosh, but this bike still has it still has that instant bark to it. Wow, that feels pretty good. The other thing interesting is the suspension feels really good. Got this kind of choppiness today, and this stuff is very plush feeling. Boy, this one still feels barky, just like the Yoshimura, and this is a stock exhaust, so my guess is the KTM with the Yosh, because it's got the little freer air box, might be the most barky combo. But this one makes good power, totally stock. I mean, it's really good. All these 350s feel so good. I'm just amazed how well the stock suspension's working on this one. Man, it's windy. Barky. I like that. Okay. 350s back to back to back. It's always fun to ride bikes back to back. And 350s, man, I'll never turn a chance down to ride a 350. Okay, stock. Bang for the buck. This thing's stock with the COO unit. Turn it up, turn down the engine braking, turn up the throttle response, it barks. Probably, it's like in between. This one's probably the loudest, and it has a very aggressive initial throttle turn kind of response feel to it. The Akrapovic, real smooth. The initial smooth, super quiet. This one's noticeably quieter than the other two bikes. So I don't know. You got a 350 SXF. I don't think you have to do much to it. It's fun. We'll see how long Dave can resist modifying this. He's usually doing suspension and pipes and all that, but I think this one might stay stock for a bit. 2 thumbs up. KickIn Roost MX.